Humanitarian crisis in Sudan continues to worsen as reports of renewed atrocities emerge from El Fasher, the capital of North Darfur. The Rapid Support Forces militia is being accused of carrying out widespread attacks against civilians amid escalating violence in Nairobi. The Sudanese embassy has condemned what it terms, quote-unquote, dangerous inaction by the international community, urging that the RSF be designated a foreign terrorist organization. Mudhoni Brenda has more.
The Embassy of Sudan in Kenya says the world is watching as Sudan burns, yet doing little to stop it. In a statement delivered by Sudan's ambassador to Kenya, Mohamed Akasha, the embassy warned that the violence in Sudan will not remain contained.
Sudan is destined to fight this war alone. This transnational militia will not be confined to Sudan. Militias' war are very contagious. The African national security is collective and very interdependent, especially when this type of militia wars is financed and orchestrated by foreign sponsors, whose final goal is to dominate African natural resources through sowing the seeds of division and instability in Africa. Look around us. How many African countries has been dismembered? How many African countries have been fallen into chaos? And who are the beneficiaries of this?
He emphasized that tens of thousands have died and more than 9 million people have been displaced since fighting began, calling on African nations and global powers to act decisively.
Eyewitnesses and humanitarian organizations report house-to-house execution, public hanging, and mass graves across the city. Civilians were run over by armored vehicles in the streets. Women and girls were raped in front of their families. Elderly men were shot in their homes.
This statement comes days after the government of Sudan withdrew from El Fasher following a prolonged battle between the Sudanese armed forces and the Rapid Support Forces. The RSF has since taken control of the city, and reports indicate that the militia has unleashed terror on civilians, leading to mass killings, looting, and large-scale displacement. These grave violations of human rights witnessed in El Fasher have led to renewed condemnation from the international community. African Union Commission Chairman Mohamed Ali Yusuf took to his X platform to condemn in the strongest terms the violation of human rights and international humanitarian law, including alleged war crimes and ethnically targeted killings of civilians. The United Nations fact-finding mission on Sudan on Thursday expressed grave concern at escalating atrocities surrounding the fall of El Fasher to the RSF, having gathered direct and harrowing testimonies from survivors that reveal systematic and ongoing attacks against civilians. The World Health Organization, WHO, has also condemned attacks on health facilities in Sudan. In a statement, WHO Director General Dr. Tedros Adhanom insisted that patients, health personnel, and health facilities must be protected under international humanitarian law. But despite these condemnations, the Sudan envoy says villages continue to be destroyed, people remain displaced, and weapons are still flowing into the country.
The international community remains unable to effectively deter this militia and those who sustain it. Although the genocidal history of this notorious militia is well known, and it is renewed atrocities in Darfur, Khartoum, Al Jazeera, and Sinnar are clearly documented, the global response remains inadequate.
The ambassador now wants the RSF to be designated as a potential foreign terrorist group.
On April 19, 2024, Senator Cardin Arich, along with other congressmen, sent a formal letter to President Joe Biden asking for a determination and the Global Magnitsky Human Rights Accountability Act to designate RSF as an entity that is committed war crimes. And its commander, Mohammed Hamdan Daglo, had engaged in gross violation of international recognized human rights.
Statement by the Sudanese embassy in Kenya also comes against the backdrop of renewed diplomatic tension between Khartoum and Nairobi. Earlier this year, the Rapid Support Forces and allied groups held a meeting in Nairobi's KICC. They signed a charter paving the way for the formation of a self-declared parallel government in Sudan. The move, which took place in February, was sharply condemned by Khartoum as a violation of Sudan's sovereignty, accusing Kenya of providing a platform to a militia responsible for atrocities. Kenyan officials, however, maintained that the country was only facilitating peace efforts. Welcome. Mudhoni Brenda for TV 47, Nairobi.